Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, you're super duper welcome. I mean, even the old subscribers are saying welcome. We're excited to have you as a part of this community. In this community, we teach everything relationship. Your growth and the betterment of your relationship is a priority in here, and you'll be getting valuable content on how you can develop yourself and your relationship. My name is TemyNna, and in today's video, we're talking about 5 mistakes that you're actually making while dating and that you should avoid. Yes. And when it comes to relationship and dating at the early phase, we agree that there's no rule of thumb of exactly how it should be done or how it should not be done, because different folks with different strokes, you're trying to check things out. I actually understand, but there are some things that when you do them, it affects even a loving relationship. Yes, it affects them, it stops the love, and it even prevents the relationship from moving from just a dating phase to a marriage. And I mean a much more valuable relationship, which is what you want. You want the relationship to move from dating phase to a marriage phase, which is exactly what you want. So in this video, we're talking about those things that you're doing that you should avoid doing. And I'm sure you're super excited. You want to hear them because you don't want to do the same mistake again. You don't want to have to leave a relationship and enter another one. You're currently with the love of your life, and you wish that this relationship will be moving to a lovely one. I mean a lovely one that can be committed with marriage and all of those good stuff. So the first thing we'll be talking about as the basic mistake you're doing while you are in a dating relationship is that you neglect yourself. Yes, neglecting self. I know that when we find somebody new, we are trying to explore, we are trying to learn about the person, we are trying to know the person better, and it is good. Like, there's nothing wrong in it. But remember that you can't give any other person love when you don't have love from yourself. Like, it's an extension of the love you have for yourself that you give to someone else. That's just the truth. It's a bitter one, but that's just the truth. It's just like, I don't know when I'm tasty or when I'm hungry. How do I feel it when others say they are hungry? I can't understand what they mean. Yes, I can't literally understand what they mean. I may just be like, okay, eat now. But if you've been hungry before and you know what it means to be hungry, when somebody says they are hungry, there's this part of your mind that feel like, okay, that means that the person's stomach could be rumbling, the person might be feeling weak and all of those stuff. And yes, that's the way it looks like. It's an extension of the love you have for yourself that you give to the relationship. Don't say because you're now in a relationship, you forget yourself, you neglect self-care, you neglect ambitions and goals that you have for yourself, and you focus so much on that relationship to the point that it literally looks like you don't even have a life again. All your life now depends on that particular relationship. You're always on call. Like, as you're waking up, you're on call. You are making the call from morning till evening, and then from evening you're doing night call till the next day. I understand how sweet it is at the early phase where you're trying to understand the other person, but in the midst of it all, don't neglect yourself. Still ensure that you are loving yourself, and it's an extension of your love for yourself that you are giving to the relationship. You know what it does? It makes the other person to see you as a valuable person. It makes the other person to be able to count on you because they know that you're reasonable, you're responsible. Nobody wants to be in a relationship with someone that is not reasonable and that is not responsible for themselves. So at this point, if you are neglecting yourself, then you will feel like, I did everything for this person. You will also be expecting too much from the other person. Your heart will be expecting too much. One thing that we'll be talking about is frequent social media posts. Yes, I actually understand that we are in a social media phase and season now where everything about our life, we put it on social media. There's actually nothing wrong with it. But you know one thing with early phase of relationship or dating stage of relationship is that when you begin to post it, like, I just found a new guy now and I post it, I'm like, ooh, things are working out rightly now. I just find a new lover and I put his picture side by side with my own. I followed him on his page. I go to his page and comment, thank you, lover, you're so cute, lover, you're so beautiful, lover. You know, I just make sure that I leave my signature in every of the person's post, every of this person's comment, and every time I want to post something, I ensure that the person is included in the post. It becomes very difficult for you to be able to differentiate your life from the person's life. And secondly, one of the reasons why it is a big mistake is that you put the person outside. It might just be too early. You know, there's one thing with dating phase and learning to know the other person is that there are some things that you did not even see in the person. I remember when I just met my fiance, like my husband, when it was still like, it was even friendship days. Like, as a matter of fact, it was friendship days, and a friend of mine that knows that this person is my friend. Did you know this thing he said? He wanted to describe him, and did you know what he said? he said, is it that guy that has bow leg? And I'm like, which bow leg? Because the truth is that it's not like it's so visible that, I don't know, it's not like, there's this bow leg that is literally touching the ground and you literally know that this person has bow leg. It's just a little, and for me, I've not even seen it before. I've not visioned it. It has not become something that I think about before. When he said it, I'm like, does he have bow leg? And he was like, yes, nah. I'm like, okay. He mentioned his name and I'm like, yes, the name is correct, but I will check that one that you said because we are friends. I just told him that, don't worry, I'll check that one that you said. And the next time I was seeing my husband, which were friends there, I told him, I was like, somebody told me that you have bullying. And I was like, it's mine on. And then we joked about it and laughed about it, and that was it. But sometimes putting the person on social media too early, the other people can start analyzing the relationship for you. They can start dropping comments for you that you're not fit to handle. There are some things they would say about the relationship that people are still struggling with. There are some things people would say, opinion they have about the relationship, and very soon you will start following people's opinion about the relationship. You will not remember what your relationship stands for. Another thing again with posting your relationship too quick is that you may lose touch with the relationship. It may just be that you are doing everything for the gram, like you're posting everything because you are going out because you want to have pictures to post on the gram, on social media. You're going everywhere, you're doing everything you do just to have something to post on social media. And even when the relationship is no longer healthy, you find it very hard to detach yourself because you've posted the person too much for us that you're feeling like, how are we going to feel when you tell us that you're no longer dating the person? And that is the best thing. So I would advise that it is not a crime to follow the person's page. It is not a crime to comment on their page, but don't do it so much that people know the exact day you started dating, that people can pinpoint and say, is it not 2 months ago you started? And you will not be able to undo the information you gave to people that they are using against you and your relationship. The third thing that we'll be talking about as mistakes that we often do in relationships is living in the past. This is something that occurs and reoccurs again, and this is why most time what occurred to us in our past relationship has tendency of repeating itself if we don't address it. Living in your past is something very big. You need to be very conscious, and this is why I talk about not neglecting yourself, because if you're neglecting yourself, then you won't be conscious of working on yourself and all of those good stuff. So you need to be able to know that your past is in your past. If you need to heal, take your time and heal before starting a relationship. Don't make it to be that you are saying that this guy too want to cheat on me, or this guy too just want to play on my heart, or this girl is just here for my money, or this man is just, you just have packages and bondages and different things that you brought from your past that you are holding on to and using against the other person. Even when they show you love, you are wondering, is this love genuine? The other person is just trying to be kind, they're just trying to be loving, but because you're still holding to your past, you still hold every of the things against them, and that you have expectation of your past too in your present relationship. You need to let go of your past, like as a whole. You're dating somebody new. It is fine that you have healthy things that happened in your past relationship and you want it in your new relationship. It is okay, but one thing you need to learn is the fact that you shouldn't expect the person to start doing it instantly. You can't be like the other guy I was dating. He knows that when he wakes up in the morning, he should text me. What about if this person you're dating right now does not even used to wake up on time in the morning? You wake up before the person. So at this point, how do you show the person how to do it? You wake up and send your text in peace. Because it's something you like, just do it. Over time, the person will learn how to respond to you. When they wake up, they see your message, they will respond with a lovely message of saying thank you, I'm so happy, I chose you, and all of those good stuff. And with those little words, that morning message you actually want to get, you would get it. But now leaving it on the fact that you will complain, you will nag, and you will tell them what you were enjoying in your past relationship, or that you will carry the baggage of your past relationship and be like, this is how men used to do, this is how female used to do. Having all of this kind of mindset ahead before going into the relationship would actually affect this current relationship. The fourth thing we'll be talking about is accepting bad behaviors. I know that in the early phase of a relationship, we're still trying to know the person. That's what the dating stage is actually for. I truly understand that we are still trying to know the other person, but there are some vivid bad behaviors that you can literally see that this person has, and that you know that you can't cope with. So it is more of like saying that you let go of your boundaries, because there are some things you know you can't accommodate, you can't even stay with, and then you accept it and you begin to feel like as if you are doing the person a favor staying with them, you're doing the relationship favor staying with it, and You don't need to. If there are actually a lot of things the other person is doing and you've weighed them and you feel like it is not worth it to be in this relationship, there's no point wasting a second stay any longer. There's no point wasting a day any longer. You've weighed it. You see that this person has capacity of cheating on me. That means that even if you nurture the relationship more so, the person will still have affairs outside of your relationship. You notice that this person is just here for my money. You observe it very vividly after you've checked things out. There's no point trying to say, let me keep testing and testing the person. There's no point. There's no point testing the person. If you are very sure that the relationship is not something you want, they have a lot of bad behaviors that you can't cope with. They are very bad with not keeping up with your boundaries and all of those stuff. Then it is better you leave the relationship as soon as you can. You know why? Sometimes you're like, let me just watch it out. And you've spent 2 years in the relationship. I can change them, I can correct them, and you've spent 5 years in the relationship. I can talk to him. It's only me that can talk to her. It's only me that can change his mind. Very soon you'll be surprised that you marry them with the bad behaviors, because we don't necessarily change people. I mean, nobody can change anybody. The only thing I can say is that the other person may adjust for you a little, but that the 100% change, that is grace, and you might not have it in your hands. So when you see bad behaviors, there's no point waiting at all. Let's go of the relationship. The fifth thing we'll be talking about is having sex too soon. Yes, this is something that is a deal breaker when it comes to dating phase. I know that there's actually no how will I put it? There's actually no specific time to have sex, because if we really want to say it in the right sense of it, we would say that ensure that your bed is undefiled. Make it till marriage day. Yes, that's the best time to have the sex, because there's one thing that happened with dating phase and why it lingers so long and why it is no longer moving from that dating phase to a marriage phase is that they already have all the package of marriage in dating. They already have all the package of marriage in dating. Having sex too soon clouds the other person's mind. Even when they want to leave, they can literally say that this relationship is not working, it's not what they want. But the fact that they get emotional support, they get intimacy from this particular relationship, the people will be like, who can give me this particular thing like the way this person do it? Who can be very sexually active with me the way this particular person does it? And all of those stuff, mentioning and thinking about emotional intimacy that you get from the other person, you might not want to leave the relationship. And it clouds the mind. There's something that having sex too soon does to the mind, is that it clouds the mind. So do yourself some good to ensure that you don't have it as early as much as you can try. You know why? So that you can have opportunity of knowing the person, seeing the person for who they are, not being clouded by emotions of intimacy, not being clouded by the fact that who will do this thing for me the way this person is doing, who will do it that way, so that you can begin to see and analyze it well and decide that this is what you want to stay for. We all agree that dating phase is that phase where you're trying to know the other person for a long-term goal, which is marriage, right? And you would want to do this assignment of yours at this season very well, so that the next phase can be better, and this is just the best thing you can do for yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is TemyNna, and I'm sure you learned a thing or two from this video. How do you tell me you learned something? Drop it in the comment section. What was that point that I mentioned that yes, this is a mistake that I've observed in relationship? I hope and I will try not to do it again, or something you've done in the past that have really hurt your relationship that you would like to share with us so that we can learn from it. We'll be in the comment section learning from every other person. And how do you tell me that you like this community? Like this video, share and subscribe. This is the best you can do so that this video can get to the hands of other people who actually need this message, who needs this value. Don't let their relationship end just because they are doing some certain mistakes that could be avoided if they know that particular thing or these particular things I mentioned in this video are just the mistakes they are doing. Until next time, bye.